Good morning, my little starlights. We just got a special program for Wuthering Waves 3.1 where they shared basically everything we need to know about the upcoming version. So I will try to summarize the most important parts and give you all the useful information without drowning us in additional info. We will talk about the story, upcoming banners, the new area, gameplay changes, new features, and all of that stuff. So grab your tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let us get started. Before we go into the detail, grab the redemption codes here on the screen and remember to use them before they'll expire. So redeem them as soon as possible. Okay, so first of all, we are gonna get a new story content, and that's gonna be Chapter 3, Act 3, called The Star That Voyages Far, and it starts on February the 5th. From my understanding, this chapter focuses heavily on Amy at her disappearance, pushing both character development and, the plot forward. So the trend of heavily focusing on the character that is currently on the banner persists and will persist, so don't be surprised with that. Then later in the patch we will get actually the after story that is called All That Sunlight Touches, and it will be on February 26th. Alongside the story, we are gonna get the new area that is called Roya Frostlands, and it is gonna be a new frozen region with multiple layers of exploration. So the key zones include the Frostland surfaces with beautiful moments inside it, and there are gonna be environmental systems tied to the climate and the terrain. So it's not gonna be just visually different from what we saw in 3.0, but it actively interacts with the gameplay systems that we currently have. So as we have new gameplay systems, this patch expands also not only on exploration mechanics significantly, but also on the new gameplay elements. So we are gonna get a new modules and system gameplays like Void Matter Force Field, Soul Skin Guide, Up Half-Life Chamber, which introduces environmental changing gameplay from what I saw. There are gonna be some upgrades to the Smart Print Cube that we already know, and to the Void Storm zones that we already got to experience in 3.0. So exploration is clearly leaning more into mechanic-driven traversal, not just, the completion of the map. We will alongside had some expedition motorbike upgrades. So new features include a glacier track ability and all-terrain tactic module. And what does it mean? We can ride through the water. That's actually very, very cool. Additionally, we have improvements like better joystick controls on mobile, optimized autopilot mode, and improved visual and overall handling. So this is one for those changes that, improves the entire open world experience. With the new place, we also will have new echoes and enemies. We will get actually a few of the new echoes, which include Iceglink Dancer, Shadow Stepper, Chronabling, Reminiscence Chronaclaw, Glamoth, Sigillium, and Nameless Explorer. And because of that, we're also gonna get new enemies, which is gonna be Sigillium and Nameless Explorer. And alongside new enemies, new echoes, we have been introduced with a new Sonata effects. So we're actually gonna get 3 new Sonata effects that were introduced. And the first one is gonna be a Trailblazing Star, Chromatic Foam, Sound of the True Name. This will open up a new build possibilities and will definitely be tied to the new characters and new mechanics that we've been introduced with Lahairoi. Next section is gonna be of something that everyone is waiting about, and when I'm telling you that I was surprised, okay? Because we have banners. And in the first half, we actually have 3 characters. So we have Amiet, Chisa, and Lupa with their respective weapons, Everbright Polestar, Kumukiri, and Wildfire Mark. For the 4-star characters, we will have Mortefi, Tauchi, and Alto. On the second half, we will have another limited new 5-star, which is Luke Herson and Galbrena. And their weapons is a Daybreaker Spine and Lux and Ambra. For the 4-star characters, we're gonna get Sanhua, Lumi, and Youngwoo. So we already can assume that Chisa and Lupa are gonna work good with Amith because they're adding a respective kind of good working characters alongside the new 5-stars. But anyway, Next up, we have cosmetics and monetization. So we will have new expedition motorbike skins for our motorbike, and we've been introduced to 3 new looks, and first is gonna be called Lunar Casualty, Horizon Lookout, and a Voyaging Star chassis set. So first one is inspired by Juno, the second one is inspired by Chisa, and the third one is inspired by the newest character, Ameth. Next up, we have a Moonlit Path spending event, and I'm not sure how it's gonna be explained because I didn't see any additional information, but from what I saw, it looks kind of similar to Honkai Starly or Infinity Nikki style of spending events, where you have at different levels, and those levels unlock with the amount of real money you are spending on the game, and the rewards are progressively better the more money you spend. But if I am mistaken, I'm so sorry, let me know down in the comments. Now we are going to the free stuff, and we will actually get a new rover skin, the Perpetual Spark, which is a special school uniform. I'm not sure about you, but in this moment I am very much happy that I am mostly playing female rover. Don't get me wrong, I really like the male rover skin as well, but this cropped jacket, it's doing something wrong with my brain. Anyway, we are also gonna get free rewards, and this one is called Unsigned Good Wishes, which is available in game email starting February 17th, and basically we're gonna get 1600 Astrites and exclusive avatar. And additionally, we're gonna get a Star Paths Intertwined Give-A-Bucket event. I am not sure how it's gonna look like, but I know that this is a task-based event, and it ends up with additional rewards where at the end we get a free glider skin. So it looks pretty cool. This update actually looks like it's more heavy with the events. So I will highlight the flag event and we'll go through those smaller events. So the flag event is called Where Stars Cascade Down, and that is tied to the Lolo. And that is finally an event where we actually interact with companions we met along the journey. That was a huge discussion, especially regarding 3.0, that we do not have other characters interacting with Rover. So I hope that this event is gonna be, you know, a little bit time of reminiscence of all of the characters we met along the way. It is obviously not expanding on the issue with the storytelling that I will be talking about video that I am making on my opinion on the 3.0 that you will be able to watch this weekend, but still it is a very nice addition. So there are gonna be multiple activities that include like making drinks, decorating, and playing cards with various characters like I mentioned, and the rewards are gonna be typically Astrites, there are gonna be a special echo visual and a unique name card. So this is the flag event, but we're also getting a lot of additional events. So we're gonna get a rapid fire of the events. First event is gonna be Unfrozen Traces, and that is area exploration. Footprints on the Frostland, this is a photo collection event. Full Throttle, Bolt and Blitz, and that is a light arcade style of event, I would say. This actually reminds me of all of those ads that we see online about the games that never look like this, but whatever. We're gonna get Rainback Migration Mayhem, clicking style event, Blade Hunter Wilderness, Combat Focused, Term X Outreach, this is gonna be a motorbike upgrades. We're getting Tactical Hologram Synchronization Reactor Husk, so new dying event I would say. Peak of Prestige Rekindle Duel, now permanently and expanded in the new region. Gifts of Soft Snow, so our typical 7-day login event where we are gonna get 5 standard pools and 5 limited banner pools. And Veins of the Frostlands, which looks like a web event. Overall, version 3.1 feels kind of stuck. We have a different amount of events, we have some freebies, we have a lot of actually paid stuff, which is unusual, and I hope we're not gonna go into the infold type of monetization for Wuthering Waves. But anyway, Ameth is clearly a centerpiece character for this patch. The Frostlands add mechanical depth to the explanation and a huge contrast into what we've been introduced in the 3.0. Let me know down in the comments what you are most excited for, and whether you are pulling in the first half on one of those 3 different banners, or you're saving for Rook. Thank you for watching, Starlights, and as always, stay cozy, stay shiny, and I love you so much. Bye!